പറയുന്നില്ല. എല്ലാവർക്കും പ്രത്യേകം സ്വാഗതം ആശംസിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഈ വേദിയുടെ അധ്യക്ഷപദം അലങ്കരിക്കുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടി ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട കേരള ഫുട്ബോൾ അസോസിയേഷൻ പ്രസിഡന്റ് ശ്രീ ടോം ജോസഫ് സാറിനെ ക്ഷണിച്ചുകൊള്ളുന്നു. അടുത്തതായി കേരള ഫുട്ബോൾ അസോസിയേഷന്റെ
Goal-line Kerala Women's League 2021 season's opener, and it could not be a game of a starker contrast as Luca Soccer Club takes on Travancore Royals at the Corporation Stadium in Thrissur to kickstart proceedings in the league, which will determine which team will be crowned the champions of Kerala. My name is Sohan Poddar. Plucky Travancore Royals up against a team that has made its name in honing some of the finest young talents in Kerala. Yeah, now let's have a look at the lineups, and this is how Luca Soccer Club has shaped up for this opener. A few of the names for us to learn as well, but what we have heard from the team management, it seems like a 3-5-2 with Jubi John and Reba on top, Grishma on the whole, Hannah Sylvester as defensive midfielder, Haritha as a centre back with the experienced Amrita on the left hand side of defense, the number 20 Binsi as right back, and Anjumal is going to be between the sticks for Luca Soccer Club, and Vinod very much the manager, of course, and he said he's confident with a good showing with this kind of a lineup. And these are the bench. A notable name on the bench is Sri Lakshmi. Sridevi is the midfield option in case they want to hold on to a lead. Yashashwini, Merlin, Surya, Alice all will be waiting to make debut in Luca Foot Soccer Club's colour this evening. Now over to Travancore Royals. These are the players over the course of the season. A chance for them to rub shoulders with some of the experienced players of the state. Juki, Ilakia, Renuga get a start with some familiar names like Ishwarya, who was picked up in the local tournament, and Shaimala between the sticks is an interesting formation. We don't need to predict anything. We are going to learn about this team, the shape under their coach Prakash Kumar as the season progresses. And now we'll have a look at the bench of Travancore Royals. Balasuda, Sweta, Anu Lopez, Purani. Interesting to see when they comes along. Prakash Kumar very much is the head coach, an AFCC license holder from Tamil Nadu, and previously with FC Madras. And after 7 years of hiatus, Kerala Women's Football League is back to provide a professional platform for women footballers. 6 professional clubs across the state participating in the league, being organized by Kerala Football Association. The winning team will qualify directly for the Hero Indian Women's League. These two joined by Kerala United Gokulam Kerala Don Bosco Football Academy and Kadathanand Raja Football Academy. And the league will see single leg matches among the 6 teams. These are of course the match officials. The main man in the bindle is going to be Alok Brito, and he is going to be assisted by Abu Tahir and Joseph, the 4th official, Anuvind Babu. The Football Association has already reached out to several teams to ensure a strong talent pool. Kerala hosted Khelo India Women's Football League last year, and Hero Senior Women's National Football Championship recently. Manipur winning the title for the 21st time, defeating Railways in tiebreaker. This was, of course, Hero Senior Women's National Football Championships 26th edition. So there is a pool of talented women footballers available now, and they wish to expand the league in a couple of years to a competition between 10 teams with double leg matches. Kerala, of course, hosted several tournaments for women during the 1980s and 1990s. Since 2000, the tournaments dried up. The Kerala Football Association organized the Women's Kerala Premier League with 4 clubs back in 2015-16 season. And Marthoma College Women's FC were the champions of the last edition as they defeated Coates Women FC on 22nd of April 2016 by 3-0. In case you have forgotten. Now we're talking to the players. Many of them are upbeat about the league as it provides a much needed platform for the aspiring players. Many given up on their passion due to lack of exposure and opportunities. With regular matches, the players' quality will improve. This will fetch them better visibility at the national level. This is one tournament for the ladies is absolutely massive in terms of sporting talents. I won't be surprised if women's national team coaches keep an eye on this. The league is of vast importance in order to give these ladies a chance to play because the AFC Women's Asia Cup is hurtling towards us next month. It is going to be an interesting game and hope there is a lot of action in there. Always unpredictable, which makes this sport so beautiful. Women's football have got in a massive impetus. Lots of bidding for the other age group tournaments as well. The Junior World Cups by All India Football Federation. There is a future in sights. These women's are born at the right time. This historic venue of Thrissur Municipal Corporation Stadium, which is owned by the Thrissur Municipal Corporation, situated in the Thrissur city, also known as the Palace Stadium. It is one of the oldest stadiums in Kerala, has a capacity to hold 15,000 people, and after renovation, it has been lifted to international standards. The stadium has its first synthetic football turf in Kerala state and FIFA a second star certification. That is quite interesting. I remember this venue also hosted the Federation Cup back in 1990, along with a couple of Santosh Trophy events as well in the year 1981 and 1999. The team's getting ready for the team photographs. The team in royal blue is going to be Luca Soccer Club of Manjeri, and the team in orange and yellow are Travancore Royals, the side for Thiruvananthapuram. There's captain, the number 23, Renuga. The skipper of Luca Soccer Club is Juby John. One of them plays ahead than the other. Once we are done with the formalities, kickoff very soon.
Travancore Royals Football Club. Red color short Travancore Royals Football Club. Jersey number 2, Vinodini. Jersey number 9, Jyoti. Jersey number 5, Tamrasi. Jersey number 6, Vembarasi. Jersey number 9, Sarita. Jersey number 10, Satya. Jersey number 16, Elokia. Jersey number 17, Minolia. Jersey number 22, Aishwarya. Jersey number 23, Renuka. Jersey number 26, Shamya. Referee of this match, Ayat Brito, Assistant Number Abdul Assistant Number 2, Joseph Vitti, Third Official, Anurag Babu, Match Commissioner and Referee Officer, Shashi Kumar. Luca Swartz, Team Kalkara Pervu, Jersey number 9, Harita, Jersey number Ashwada, Jersey number 39. Tapita, Sylvester, base number 15, Amrata, base number 19, JP John, base number 20, Prince, base number Grishma, base number Animo, base number 24, Alfonso, base number 22, Ray Papu, base number 26, Anja Sylvester. വിശിഷ്ടാതിഥികളുടെ എത്തിച്ചേർന്ന ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട MLA ശ്രീ ബാലചന്ദ്ര സാറിനും ഉദ്ഘാടനം നിർവഹിച്ച മേയർ ശ്രീ MK വർഗീസ് സാറിനും പ്രത്യേകം നന്ദി അറിയിക്കുന്നു.
And welcome back. You are watching the Scoreline Kerala Women's League 2021. Scoreline Sports, of course, providing a massive impetus to Kerala Football Association. They are the commercial partner in terms of branding and popularizing the game in this part of the country. As we get ready for the first kickoff after 7 years, The last time this tournament was organized was way back in 2015-16 season, and it was named as the Women's Kerala Premier League back then, and now it's been rebranded as Kerala Women's League.
Match commissioner and referees officer checks the match. Out to referee, Mr. Alok Bricker.
Fine.
All the teams in hurdles. Last minute out was being taken. Going to be kickoff very soon. The referee checks his watch. All the final checks in order. And so we are off with the opening game of Kerala Women's League 2021. The team in royal blue, Luca Soccer Club, gets us underway here at the Thrissur Municipal Corporation Stadium. And the team in orange and yellow, Travancore Royals, operating from the left to right of your screen. An early attack coming in from the left hand side. Ball sent in by the number 17, Minolia. No damage done. Trying to create pressure right from the off. The team in orange and yellow. 365 kilometers separates these two teams in terms of their geographical location. A tournament woken up from its glorious past to play a role in the present. And the first thing it sees is Luca Soccer Club against Travancore Royals. A rivalry riveting itself in a new avatar. Lots of homegrown players, both these sides in a way optimized not just playing football, aimed for winning titles, but also develop the sport, develop the game in their own region. That is going to be the objective of this league. First throwing of the evening for Luca Soccer Club. It was the number 22, Grishma, getting involved. An early through ball. This could well be the opening goal. The goalkeeper getting there first. Saritha was chasing it. The goalkeeper of Luca Soccer, Anjumal. She has played in the inter-college, inter-school, the junior levels. Number 22, Ishwarya, played in the Hero IWL previously. She is the experienced head in Travancore Royals ranks. Goal kick, not getting a lot of distance. Here comes Travancore Royals once again, mostly using the left channel. The touch was a tad too heavy, allowing the goalkeeper Anjumal to collect it. This is going to be a very good battle. It's going to be interesting which teams wins the midfield battle this evening. One more attack. This time it gets a block and goes out for the first corner kick of the evening. And it's Travancore Royals piling on the pressure from the opening minutes. And slightly on the back foot, the team in royal blue, Luca Soccer Club. It's Travancore Royals getting ready to take this. Corner comes in towards the near post. No conviction in the clearance. There is a woman waiting on the edge of the area. Cleans up the danger. Luca Soccer Club. Now they're looking for headways up front. But the attack breaks down just near the halfway line. Luca Soccer Club trying to build something constructive down the middle. Number 22, Grishma, the most experienced player for Luca Soccer Club. She has played in the Subrata Mukherjee Cup. Meanwhile, an early opening for Travancore Royals. And ladies and gentlemen, we have the first goal of the Kerala Women's League 2021 in the 3.5 odd minutes. Look at that. Making inroads inside the box. Completely unmarked. An easy placement into the back of the net by Saritha. Travancore Royals had their noses in front within the opening 4 minutes. An early goal scored by Salita. She is from Tamil Nadu, played in the Hero Elite League previously, and also played in the Senior Women's National Football Championship. Here, the Senior Women's National Championship was held, the 26th edition, of course, and was played in Kerala a couple of weeks before Manipur, who were lifting their 21st title, defeating Railways in the semi-final. The most successful state of this competition. The players will take time to adjust
ഏതാണെന്ന്
uh,
ചോദിക്കും.
to the AstroTurf. It's a challenge, of course, but as a professional player, you've got to bury those challenges. Not getting enough distance in the goal kicks. One more movement. It's an incisive passing. Keeper is off his line and swarms it under the goalkeeper. And having a field day here. The orange and yellow brigade. It's 2-0 for Travancore Royals. It's an easy cakewalk for the jersey number 22. And it is Ishwarya doubling the money for Travancore Royals. And what a start we have here at the Thrissur Municipal Corporation Stadium. A couple of early goals fired in. Let's see how Luca, a soccer club, reacts to it. They are yet to get their acts together. And starting the game in a great rhythm, the Travancore Royals. Once again, the number 17, Minolia. She's turning out to be quite a pain for Luca Soccer. He squares it and it's 3-0. Easy as they come. She's never going to miss it from that sort of range. And Sarita doubling her individual tally of the evening and tripling the lead for Travancore Royals. The soccer club absolutely they defend in 6s and 7s. The lack of coordination at the back. Many of their first team players are missing due to their exams. I'm not completely sure whether their manager Vinod prefers the centre back pairing of Haritha and Amrita. He has gone with a 3-man system with 5 in midfield. That is the challenge. That is the loophole of this formation. It leaves the opponent to charge you from wide position.
സിജു
There is not enough defensive cover in there.
ആരുടെയും
Once again,
ചോദിക്കാൻ.
number 17 this time attacking towards the byline. A quick release from Anjumal. She's already been beaten twice. A nightmare of a start for Lucas Soccer Club. They are completely pulling the strings. The women's in orange and yellow. Here is Ishwarya, the scorer of the second goal. Another attempted through pass. Slightly late in reading it was Santhia. Has been cleared away by Binsi. Binsi played in the junior national and also in the Khelo India youth games and also in the Urja national competition. Here to keep an eye on. But at present, they are completely pegged back. Lucas Soccer Club trying to stitch a few passes among themselves, regain their confidence, rebuild from behind. They started the game with a bit of a safety first approach. The Travancore Royals very quickly breaking the door down, letting in 3 very quick goals. Now Ishwarya over the top. Only helps Anjumal instead. This time she manages to get some distance on her goal kick. It's back to the number 5. Mariel. waiting for options, finds one. Finding each other very well, Travancore Royals, and now this time, once again, she is through on goal is Minolia. A cutback is available, should be 4-0, and yes, it is. It's turning out to be a bizarre evening for Luca Soccer Club with some shambolic defending. Just to 9.5 minutes on the clock, and it's 4-0 already for Travancore Royals. Santhia opens her account as well. Both the strikers, Santhia and Sarita, delivering for Travancore Royals. That's a good control from Juby John. She's been devoid of service so far. The midfield not working. Talking about this club, Lucas Soccer Club, in many ways, Malappuram-based soccer club is setting examples for football teams, not just from the state of Kerala, but also from all across India. The team founded way back in 2017. The team that stayed on the sidelines of mainstream Kerala football in the initial years of existence. Meanwhile, another attack coming in. This time it was straight at Anjumal. No troubles this time for Lucas Soccer Club's number 23. Tabitha, her first touch of the game. That goes on to show the kind of pressure they've been under right from the off. The right midfielder Tabitha getting her first touch on the ball on the 11-minute mark. Can't clear their lines. And here comes Travancore Royals again. Very unlucky. A clearance turning out to be a lucky deflection for Travancore Royals. Some goal mouth chaos. Referee indicating a goal kick in favor of Luca Soccer Club. Finally, some respite for the team in blue. That was the fourth goal scored. Santhia just managing to get it through the legs of the goalkeeper Anjumal. Lucas Soccer Club defense absolutely falling apart. There's a number 17, Minolia, letting her way through like a hot knife through butter. Playing a high line as well. As you can see, the last woman in defense, Italia, not even halfway through the defending half. Ishwarya with a very precise touch to her midfield partner, Vinotini, the number 2, who joined Travancore Royals from Kickstart Football Club of Bangalore. Getting to the second balls a lot more quicker, the team in orange and red. Today, finally, Lucas Soccer Club. This is their inaugural edition of participating in the Kerala Women's League. They have a team that play in the Kerala Premier League, and meanwhile, this could be the 5th one, and yes, it is. Completely unmarked, completely unchallenged. Look at that. Santhia doubling her scoring tally of this evening as well. Both the strikers of Travancore Royals on a hat-trick. It's going to be a healthy competition between Sarita and Santhia for the remaining minutes. Lots of time left though. We are not even into the first quarter of the game. 1.5 minutes away from it. The score line is already 5-0. Intriguing footwork by the number 17, Minolia. She made it look so simple. And half a dozen for Travancore Royals. And look at that. A very intriguing footwork. He skips past a couple of challenges after dropping off shoulder. Simple tap in. It's been goals galore in this opening 14 and a half minutes. It just keeps coming. Another weak challenge there by Hannah Sylvester. Lucas Soccer Club looking to reboot from their own area. This was Venuga, the skipper. Back to the number 2, Vinotini. She takes route 1, completely misjudging the bounce. There is plenty of protection behind. Marian Ishwarya always looking up, looking for options. It's been provided by Minolia. This time she's switching flanks and going to the right. Vinotini. And now on the overlap is Juki. Low cross sent in. And Harita gets a foot on it. Not too far though. It's still not cleared. A very weak left footer from the edge of the area. The goalkeeper Anjumal quite comfortably collects it. Marian. She is in charge of putting those second balls in possession. Very much the role Uji Grishma gonna play for Lucas Soccer Club in the middle of the park. Completely out of sorts for the time being. Travancore Royals managing to steamroll Lucas Soccer Club in the opening 16 minutes. There's going to be more goals in this, that is guaranteed. Lucas Soccer Hub. I was reading about it. It's set to spread across the 9 acres in Manjeri. The hub is said to have all the important amenities for proper functioning of every football club. Another shot comes in, and this time it goes over the bar. She can finally breathe a sigh of relief. Anjumal. It's been a quite embarrassing start for Lucas Soccer Club's number 23 as well. Every time Travancore Royals making incursions inside Lucas Soccer Club's area, the defense seems to be absolutely out of sorts, seems to be sleeping. There is no one challenging them. Now Jubi John on the left is being chased by Reba Babu. Can't keep it in play. And finally throw in for Travancore Royals. As I was talking about the Lucas Soccer Club hub, including a full-size national grass pitch and adjacent stadium that can seat 7,500 people. Here they come once again. It's a good dribble, and this time goes towards the left of the goalkeeper and beats her as well. 7-0 for Travancore Royals. Look at that, a very sharp dribble by the number 17, Minolia. She is also in a double along with Sarita and Santia. As Juby John tries her luck from distance. That is not going to trouble any goalkeeper in any division. Shaimala playing it to his right back, to her right back, Juki. The ball breaks above the halfway line. Now the charge was Sarita somehow managing to clear his Lucas Soccer Club. So the floodlights are on here at the Thrissur Food Municipal Corporation Stadium. All the games are going to be kicked off from 6 p.m. We are going to bring you all the matches live and exclusive on the YouTube channel of Sportscast India. Puts it straight into the box. It was Ishwarya. Goalkeeper Anjumal gathers it. Uh, Lovely give and go. Working out. Unable to control this time. Another layoff for Ishwarya. And now lovely combination play here by Travancore Royals. And finally, Haritha got in the way and averted the danger in exchange of a corner kick. It's been a defense versus offense affair right from the off. Lucas Soccer Club haven't been able to produce anything going forward. It's been a one-way traffic. The ball is still bobbing outside the 18-yard box. Tries to bring it under control. Is Juby John, the skipper of the side. She's been marked by a couple of orange and yellow shirts. Eventually losing control of the ball. And now it's back with Grishma. Reba Babu releasing the ball a lot more quicker. There was no run offered by Juby John. Now driving forward. She's got options on the left, deciding to go on her own. And what a finish that is! An absolute belter of a strike from 18 yards out. One of the best goals of this evening. It's 8-0 for Travancore Royals. Look at that. Saw the goalkeeper slightly off a mark. And just deciding to chip it over the advanced goalkeeper. It is the jersey number 6, November Siri. All three women's up top for Travancore Royals firing. November Siri also played in the Hero Indian Women's League, Tamil Nadu State League as well. Also represented Tamil Nadu in the Hero National Senior Women's Football Championship. And in a lot of spaces, Minolia. In comes the cutback, and this time in right position was the defender, and now she is once again teasing her woman. It was Saritha that quickly takes it onto her right foot. That was a very scuffed attempt in the end. Look at that. Just one inside dodge left Haritha completely for the dead. Then that weak attempt with her left foot, not finding the target, winning the 50-50 inside the box, goes past a couple of challenges and whiskers away from nestling into the bottom corner. Very well, there would have been the 9th one for Travancore Royals. The head coach, the manager Vinod, struggling to find any remedy so far. There's a relentless pressure from Travancore Royals, using both the wings, switching play from wide position and completely exploiting the gaps behind the centre backs. You can also see the likes of number 17 Minolia and Vinotini exploding down the wings. Predominantly the number 17 Minolia yet to enter inside Travancore Royals box. He is the team in the Royal Blue Luca Soccer Club. This time managing to wrong foot her marker. And now Juby John on the end of that pass. She's got options on the right. It's Reba Babu. Once again, a poor first touch, letting her down. The Travancore Royals all over the Luca Soccer Club in the opening exchanges. And now the run is continued. This time the number 11 avoiding, deciding to go on his own, skips past 3 challenges. The ball is glued to her feet. Try to nutmeg the goalkeeper, and the follow-up shot is slotted into the top corner. An absolute team goal. This is by the number 6, getting into the act of November City. She also doubles her scoring tally of this evening. Number 17, Minolia, got to be credited for her marauding run down the left, tried to finish it on her own. The goalkeeper closing her legs down at the right time, but the follow-up shot was slotted into an empty net by Vemba City. Now it's going to be interesting to see who scores the first hat trick of this season's Kerala Women's League 2021. All the three strikers of Sarita, Santia, and Vemba City, three of them on 2 goals each, completely pegged back. They're holding their positions in midfield very well. Travancore Royals, a bit of an awkward bounce, managing to control it. Alfonsia played in the inter-university game, and now Saritha bulges the net with ease and completes her hat trick as well. The number 9 of Travancore Royals, look at that, just on top of the 18-yard box, unleashes the pile driver. The goalkeeper Anjumal had no clue whatsoever. It's 10-0 in favor of Travancore Royals. It seems like the score line is playing catch up with the timer. 10 goals in 26 minutes. It's going to be a long evening at the Luca Soccer Club. Just 26 minutes on the clock and 10-0 already. Maybe Travancore Royals will be aiming for somewhere around 50 in their opening match. A half century of goals, judging by the kind of chances that have been created by the team in orange and yellow. First time I saw the team in royal blue, stitching a few passes, but eventually it runs out of steam. Tamariel, the clearance comes off Santia. He kept alive at the far post. He continues to provide option is Minolia, and she squares it. And Santia sets up for a shot at the first touch, deserting her. Absolutely poor defending. You can see the ball just rolling under her studs. Maybe Luca Soccer Club not used to playing in these conditions. Playing in the AstroTurf, the ball moves a lot more quicker. A lot of accuracy and ball control is required. This time, the centre half, Ekalia, stepping into the attacking half. Flabbergasted by the bounce. Here is the skipper, Juby John. Minolia again, who's finding a lot of joy already. From the left-hand side, attacks the byline, kept in play. This time the pullback not finding any orange and yellow shirt on the end of it. And it's been cleared somehow by Binsi. One more attack, this time from the right. Took a touch of a blue shirt. It's corner kick for Travancore Royals. All the goals scored so far have come from open play. Maybe we will get one soon from set piece. Maybe this one can be the moment. Corner floated in. Another free shot. Questions will be asked him. Luca Soccer Club's defending. No one closing her down. An absolutely free attempt on goal. Uh, Almost as if the strikers Santia, Vimbasiri and Sarita, they have got magnets among themselves. That is keeping the Lucas Soccer Club defenders away from them. It seems like the front three of Travancore Royals is in a magnetic zone, to be honest. And this time, one more attack. Just behind has been picked up nicely by Ishwarya. The defender got in the way. Was the number 28, Hannah Silvestre. Very, very poor goalkeeping on this occasion. And let's see, 11-0 for Travancore Royals. There's a replay, beautifully chested down into her path. That's rolling it between the legs of the goalkeeper. Basiri also scoring her hat trick. 11-0 for Travancore Royals. Just a goal away from a dozen in the first half. That is going to come very soon. Make sure you keep your eye on this particular encounter. Lots of goals already. Ishwarya getting it from Vinotini. And now Ishwarya bursting towards the box. Can't read the run of the number 17 Minolia. He has been intercepted by Harita. Kamariel getting there first this time was Grishma. Minolia once again in a lot of space. The cross this time has gone out of play. She won't mind that as well. Already 11 goals cushion for Travancore Royals. It is going to increase as the game progresses. As they managed to successfully refrain Lucas Soccer Club from entering the box. One more attack, going to be one more goal. And this time trying to do too much on her own, trying to be the provider. Yes, selflessness is the best trait for the strikers. Sarita. Is battling for the ball. In midfield is Juby John. Hannah Sylvester. Now the ball going to trickle out for a throw in. The objective of Travancore Royals recently, they've been in a partnership with Caledonian. The main objective of the partnership is to provide a basis for the establishment of a cooperative arrangement between TRFC and CBFC to provide an opportunity for the players at the senior level to play different levels of football in respective countries under the FIFA rules to enhance the opportunity at both the clubs for the players, coach, and fan engagement activities. They're trying to increase the opportunity for all levels of player development through support and co-location through study and play scheme in both countries, an exchange of best practices and projects between the clubs in sports, in business, marketing, and in social engagement as well. Football has the power to unite and bring people together from all walks of life. The club now has over 200 members from over 35 countries around the world. They are committed to expanding the global community and uniting even more people through the medium of football. This time, the number 6 seems like she's got some plans up her sleeves. Oh, an absolutely poor goalkeeping by Anjumal. Rifled under her. It's 12-0 for Travancore Royals. The number 6, November Seedy, thought she would play her in, eventually going for the finish, realizing that Anjumal might be very low in her confidence, given the fact she has already conceded 11 goals, conceding the 12th one as well. November Seedy, goal number 4 for her. Juki finding a target, goes on the outside. A couple of players rushing in as well, getting into a scoring area. Was Santhia. This time it's been cleared away, not too far though. Here comes Travancore Royals. Silky skills, squares it into that zone just on the edge of the 6-yard box. Getting into the pocket of space very quickly. Vemba Siri. She's hungry for more. This time, let's fly from distance. Gone just wide. Every time the shots coming in, and Anjumal, she's absolutely off her line. Quite comfortably managing to catch her off guard. And the players of Travancore Royals. This time was the centre half, Juki, going up from her designated right wing back's position. No progress allowed forward. Grisma feeds it into the feet of the number 26. You can see the three at the back of Luca Sapa, Binsi, Haritha in the middle, and Amrita on the left. It's high time for Mr. Vinod to fructify the system and try something different. At least try and get a couple of goals back. This team so far struggling to even enter into the Travancore Royals territory. The loose ball breaks out, and as the Femba City chesting it into the path of the number 2. That was Vinotini. Travancore Royals is extremely ambitious project designed and developed by a team of sports management students. The club's primary aim and vision is to bring back the glorious days of Thiruvananthapuram in the field of sports and uphold the legacy of the city. The club also made headlines recently when they started an esports team, and that too for the first time by an Indian club. They're also going to make headlines tomorrow after this kind of a scoreline in the opening game of Kerala Women's League. This time getting enough purchase on the corner. A free header as well. No, not too much power in that. And Anjumal finding each other out very well. Travancore Royals playing with a lot more precision. This time can't go past Harita. She stood firm, working the ball around from left to right, using every inch of space available in the pitch. It's not that the spaces are restricted. All the passes so far crossing that 10 meters mark. Another ball. She tried to thread it through. Juby John at the center of things. Pass is too long. The number 23, Renuga. She's had a couple of yards advantage over Riva Babu. Push from behind. First foul of the game as well. It's been a free-flowing game so far, and all the stoppages have been from the goals. Rescue clearance. Can they produce something constructive? Once again, coming away with the ball is Travancore Royals. The flag has stayed down. She could run for the hills here. This time, goalkeeper succeeding in getting a block. The danger is still not averted though. The number 6, Wimber City. An important touch in the end by Vinci. And Luca Soccer Club on this occasion somehow survives. A couple of passes among themselves, and then the sudden ball forward. The number 11 this time, Santia. Vinotini looks up once, sending in a cross, pretty close to the goalkeeper this time, Anjumal. It's a kind of a practice game so far for Travancore Royals. Even in friendly matches, you will see competition a lot more intense. Against when they take on top sides like Gokulam Kerala, that is where the real test starts. The defense so far not being tested against Luca Soccer Club. The positive thing is that the strikers getting among the goals. That is always a positive sign. Not pouring forward was Luca for Soccer Club. But their joy in terms of keeping possession was short-lived. They wins it back again. This time is the skipper Juby John. Looking for an opening. Luca Soccer Club getting into their positions very quickly. The Travancore Royals defenders. Looks like the rain of goals slightly dried up in the last 5 minutes. We've had a goal almost in every 2 minutes. It's either been a goal or a scoring opportunity. Starting the game on a very high tempo. The Travancore Royals, and just when Lucas Soccer Club uh, was willing to test waters before dipping their toes, they went 3-0 down. Here they come again. This time, no damage done. Everybody knows the importance of a natural grass field in case to host the national tournaments. But it is a mandatory requirement as well in case of the players and their training. The natural grass pitches are important to improve their technique and avoid injuries. However, given the kind of climate in Kerala, it is difficult to use natural pitches throughout the year. The state receives heavy rainfall between May and September, which is why they need artificial turfs too. Lucas Soccer Club Hub will have both kinds of pitches. They will be of FIFA standards with teams of different age group training and playing throughout the day, which is why no compromise on the quality. Their hostel back in Malappuram are set to accommodate 160 people. Additionally, there will be three dormitories as well, each of them with a capacity of 20. Once again, the skipper miscalculating the bounce. Just a minute left of regulation time in the first half. There's been hardly any time that's been wasted in the first 45 minutes. So I'm not expecting more than just a minute of additional time. Ishwarya slips it under the defender. Nice footwork there. And this time will be the goal number 13. Saved by her legs, Anjumal. This will give her some confidence back. That was Minolia with her fancy footwork, completing the wrong footing Vinci, creating that yard for himself. In fact, there's no added time given. Referee blows the whistle for half time. So at the half-time break, Lucas Soccer Club nil and Travancore Royals Football Club
Hello.
with a dozen of goals
Kerala
already.
Football Association,
Stay tuned.
Thrissur Jilla
We will
Football
join you
Association,
with the second half action.
തൃശൂർ കോർപ്പറേഷനും സംയുക്തമായി സംഘടിപ്പിക്കുന്ന കേരളത്തിന്റെ ആദ്യ വനിതാ ലീഗ് ഫുട്ബോൾ ടൂർണമെന്റിന്റെ ആദ്യ ദിവസത്തെ മത്സരത്തിൽ ഏകപക്ഷീയമായ 12 ഗോളുകൾക്ക് ട്രാവൻകൂർ റോയൽസ് ഫുട്ബോൾ ക്ലബ് മുന്നിട്ട് നിൽക്കുന്നു. ഇപ്പോൾ നടന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന ലൂക്ക സോക്കർ ക്ലബ് വേഴ്സസ് ട്രാവൻകൂർ റോയൽ ഫുട്ബോൾ ക്ലബ് മത്സരത്തിൽ ഏകപക്ഷീയമായ 12 ഗോളുകൾക്ക് ട്രാവൻകൂർ റോയൽ ഫുട്ബോൾ ക്ലബ് ആദ്യ പകുതിയിൽ മുന്നിട്ട് നിൽക്കുന്നു. ഈ ടൂർണമെന്റിൽ നാളെ മത്സരമുണ്ടായിരിക്കുന്നതല്ല. 13-ാം തീയതി കടത്തനാട്ട് രാജ FA വേഴ്സസ് ഡോൺ ബോസ്കോ FA. 13-ാം തീയതി മറ്റന്നാൾ കടത്തനാട്ട് രാജ FA വേഴ്സസ് ഡോൺ ബോസ്കോ FA മത്സരം ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കുന്നതായിരിക്കും. മത്സരം കൃത്യം 6 മണിക്ക് ആരംഭിക്കുന്നതാണ്.
നാളില്ല
15-ാം തീയതി ഗോകുലം കേരള FC വേഴ്സസ് ട്രാവൻകൂർ റോയൽ FCയുമായി ഏറ്റുമുട്ടുന്നതായിരിക്കും. 15-ാം തീയതി ഗോകുലം കേരള FC ട്രാവൻകൂർ Luca Soccer Club versus Travancore Royal Football Club. ആദ്യ പകുതി പിന്നിട്ടപ്പോൾ ഏകപക്ഷീയമായ 12 ഗോളുകൾക്ക് ട്രാവൻകൂർ റോയൽസ് ഫുട്ബോൾ ക്ലബ് മുന്നിട്ട് നിൽക്കുന്നു. രണ്ടാം പകുതി ഉടൻ ആരംഭിക്കുന്നു. ലൂക്ക സോക്കർ ക്ലബ് ടീമിന് വേണ്ടി ജേഴ്സി ചെയ്യുന്നവർ ജേഴ്സി നമ്പർ 3 ഹരിത, ജേഴ്സി നമ്പർ 8 അക്ഷര, ജേഴ്സി നമ്പർ 14 സാബിത, ജേഴ്സി നമ്പർ 15 അമൃത, ജേഴ്സി നമ്പർ 19 ജൂബി ജോൺ, ജേഴ്സി നമ്പർ 20 ബിൻസി, ജേഴ്സി നമ്പർ 22 ജേഴ്സി നമ്പർ 23 അഞ്ജുമോൾ, ജേഴ്സി നമ്പർ 24 അൽഫോൺസ, ജേഴ്സി നമ്പർ 25 റേബ ബാബു, ജേഴ്സി നമ്പർ 26 ഹന്ന സിൽവസ്റ്റർ. Their substitute players, jersey number 2 Surya, jersey number 4 Yashini, jersey number 12 Chandani, jersey number 21 Srilashmi, jersey number 27 Reshma, jersey number 31 Marlin, jersey number 32 Mary, Sagida, jersey number 33 Alice, jersey number 35 Sridevi Kaya. Team manager Vinod KT, head coach Harris. Assistant coach Vibish, physiotherapist Jixi George. Now the Travancore Royal Football Club players, jersey number 2 Vinodini, jersey number 3 Juki, jersey number 5 Tamarsil, jersey number 6 Vambasari, jersey number 9 Sarida, jersey number 11 Sandhya, jersey number 16 Ilekya, jersey number 17. Minolia, jersey number 22. Aishwarya, jersey number 23. Renuka, jersey number 26. Shamala. Substitute players, jersey number 4. Sheshankari, jersey number 8. Sweta, jersey number 18. Balasada, jersey number 19. Anu, jersey number 25. Reshma, jersey number 28. Urini, jersey number 29. Lachu. The team manager of the Travancore Royal Football Club, Srikanth, head coach.
Welcome back. You are watching the live coverage of Online Kerala Women's Football League 2021 live on the YouTube channel of Sportscast India.
Referee of this match.
We welcome you back with the second half action. Half time, Travancore Royals leading by 12-0 against Luca Soccer Club.
Match
4
commissioner
of those
and
goals belongs to number seeding to number 6. He's on the left hand side in a 3-in-1 system. 2 goals for Santhia, hat-trick for Sarita as well, with a goal piece Minolia and Ishwarya. And we are off with the second half here at the Thrissur Municipal Corporation Stadium. Getting us underway this time is the team in orange and yellow, Travancore Royals. The side from Thiruvananthapuram up against the side from Manjeri. Talking about the KFA's association with Scoreline Soccer Sports on 8th October 2021. They have successfully finalized and entered into an agreement with Mirans Sports Limited and Scoreline Sports Private Limited, a consortium for the commercial rights of Kerala Football Association. The agreement for the commercial rights of KFA is a period of 12 years. Envisions Mirans Sports Limited and Scorelines Private Limited today working closely with the Kerala Football Association to develop the holistic footballing ecosystem in the beautiful state of Kerala, which is referred as one of the hotbeds of Indian football, apart from Kolkata and the northeast. Scorelines Sports providing a massive impetus in terms of marketing and branding the game in this part of the country, which is referred as the fuel of football. Not only that, we saw last evening in the pre-match press conference the Kochi Marriott Hotel, famous Tamil actress and model Malavika Jairam unveiling the trophy. Kadhavarthindu Stadium, celebrity match was also organized. This is the first attack of the second half from Travancore Royals, and that is 13-0. Just a matter of time, and the 13th goal is on board for the team in orange and
Opposite
yellow.
ball in center frame. Opposite ball in
Sarita also got her name on the score sheet
that much it is
for
good.
the fourth time this evening.
Don't go above.
Three times in the first half. And starting the series of goals in the second half. She was the one who opened the scoreline as well for Travancore Royals in the first half.
Go.
In the second half starting exactly the way the first half was being played with a quick
Go in
goal
this side, no? Go little
scored by
left.
Sarita. That was in the 3.5 minutes mark. And this time it's coming
Regular you zoom, no?
2.5 minutes mark.
Because when you come here, no? Cam 1 and cam 2 same frame.
Kalia
All the best. Okay.
playing it to her left back. We haven't seen much of her. Given the fact that her team is busy attacking. That was a poor touch from Santia. She was bombing down the right hand side. No changes made by either of the managers. Vinod of Luca Soccer Club, the former Kerala police player, and also coached Malappuram district women's team for the last 3 years. Not getting distance on the clearance, and that is goal number 14. An outrageous finish from 35 yards out. No one present
Not in the
there on the pitch saw that coming. That is the goal of the evening. And 14-0 for Travancore Royals. And the second half started exactly uh, the way the first half ended. That was the goal from Ishwarya. She is also on a hat trick. We've had two hat tricks in the first half. Gamba Siri and Sarita scoring it for Travancore Royals. A couple of players on a hat trick. Santia, the number 11, is one of them. And the number 22, Ishwarya, who plays slightly behind off the shoulder of the number 9, Sarita. Will also be eyeing for her first hat trick in the Kerala Women's League. Goes past his marker as if they didn't exist. Can't get the cutback. Comes off. Number 3, Harita. It's a corner for Travancore Royals. I was talking about the Kerala Football Associations. With its achievement, it becomes the first state in India to enter into a long-term holistic agreement for the development of football in the state. As a part of KFA's strategic plan to develop the game in the state, a new professional football league has been launched. And meanwhile, one more for Travancore Royals. The goalkeeper was completely confounded by that late run. Comes from behind the number 11, Santia, and very comfortably completing her hat trick. You won't see something of this sort too often, where all the three strikers of a team scored a hat trick each in the same game. We are 6 minutes into the second half. Three goals already. One goal per 2 minutes. This was very much the trend in the first half as well. continuing to do so in the second half. So intricate waves of passing by Travancore Royals, completely flummoxed, and Luca Soccer Club's midfield and defense. No blocking, no snatching. There's a huge gap between attack and midfield. As you can see, those two up top, no one is there to support them. Easily crowded out. Now marshalling in defense is a Kalia. This is the number 24, Alfoncia of Lucas Soccer Club. Comes back to Santia. Santia sails one dummy to her marker. She is not buying it though. The number 25, Riba Babu, tracking back in the second half to protect his wide midfielder. That is jersey number 24, Alfoncia. It's going to be a player change. The skipper, Juby John, making way for the number 4, Yashashwini. Like for like change made by Vinod. I don't think that change is going to help much, given the fact the strikers are devoid of service, not getting the ball supply from midfield. And if you look at the pattern and how they have shaped up Lucas Club, the midfielders playing pretty close to the defense line, and struggling to move the ball forward quickly. Very comfortably, Travancore Royals maintaining a high line in defense. Riba Babu, her attempted through pass intercepted by Tamariel. And again looking on the left to Minolia. She was drifting out wide. Travancore Royals have the ball back. Santia coming in field with an inverted run. There's the number 16 on the ball, Ekalia. Tamil Nadu. The Women's Football League is also going on. Lots of actions in terms of women's football in the country. Just concluded the Hero Senior National Women's Football Championship. 32 teams participated in the competition, which were being held in Kerala. As I have mentioned before, Manipur lifting their 21st title. The AFC Asian Women's Championship is also hurtling towards us. That is slated to be played in the month of January in Mumbai and Pune. Trying her luck from distance this time was Vinotini. Goalkeeper smothers it with ease on this occasion. Looks like a very fluid front three. Travancore Royals, lots of switching and swapping. It's not a static front three. The gap maintained by the players so far, allowing that extra yard of space between them to get the passing angles right, giving that space to pick out a runner in terms of going forward. Now chasing this one was Yashashwini. She has just come on in the second half. She Yashashwini, the number 4. She also played in All India Inter-University Games. A couple of players in this Luca Soccer Club squad who played in the Reliance Foundation Youth Sports as well. Grishma is one of them. She played in the Subrata Mukherjee Cup, a tournament which brought Baichung Bhutia, the second sniper, to fame. Baichung Bhutia came into the limelight while playing the Subrata Mukherjee Cup in Delhi for Kashi Namgyal Football Academy of Sikkim. A few players are also missing out due to their university exams for Lucas Soccer Club, and hopefully they will be available in the rest of the games. They haven't trained much as well before the tournament. On the flip side, Travancore Royals playing like a well-oiled machine. Even their defenders have got most of their touches to the attacking area. Santia battling for the ball, gets it. She's got a woman alongside in Sarita, just delaying a bit too much, picking up her options. Now in steps the left back, Renuka. She is the skipper of the side as well. Also a chance for Prakash Kumar to give a few game time to some of his players on the reserve bench in the likes of Anu Lopez, the number 19. And also got Purani, the number 28, and the defender Shivan Curry. Surprising to see he's gone with the same defensive setup for the second 45 minutes as well. And I was expecting quick changes. Maybe he just wants to stick to his principles of building out from the back, playing the ball to feet. They have shown a few glimpses of what they possesses in the squad, apart from the dismal performance when it comes to defending. The lack of coordination is very much visible. Nearly one more chance opened up. That was a low cross sent in by Vembasiri, number 6. A healthy competition going on uh, between her and Sartia and Sarita as well. Both of them on 4 goals, and Santia on 3. She would also love to join them. They like to be in a absolute party mood, playing champagne football with Travancore Royals. Cut that one out high up in the opposition area. Santia, apart from scoring goals, she is also impressed with her pressing as we cross the hour mark here at the Thrissur Municipal Corporation Stadium. Another build up from the right, cross comes in. This time standing firm was Amrita. She's got a chance to recover. Uh, Flips it on the edge of the 6-yard box. And the number 9 slots it in for her 5th of this evening. The score line reads 16-0. Look at that, beautifully chested down. I was waiting for the goalkeeper to leave her mark. And the moment Anjumal came out, she just slotted the ball into the top corner. Sarita, the number 9, who's played in the Hero Women's National Football Championship earlier for Tamil Nadu. She hails from Tamil Nadu, of course. Not a very cheap giveaway. Those giveaways inviting another wave of attack. This time it's going to be Minolia. Es- Escapes Hamaka. Minolia with the cut back. An easy tap in. 17-0. Too much workload for the scoreboard workers this evening. Sarita scoring half a dozen. She is on a double hat trick. 63rd minute mark. Travancore Royals is 17 and Luca Soccer Club nil. Number 28 Purani will be the first change made by Prakash Kumar, the AFCA license holder. Worked previously with FC Madras. Quickly double teamed. Was the number 4 Yashashwini. She is currently the skipper of the side. You can see that captain's armband on her right sleeve. And this could will be the first chance. That did look like an obstruction foul. Referee says play on. And almost a chance of falling into the Luca Soccer Club's way. That was jersey number 22, Grishma, getting a touch onto it, almost capitalizing on Ilakia's loose touch. Vambasiri pulls it behind. Ishwarya joining in the attack is Renuga. Rolls it down the line. And the number 11 awaits on the far side. Ball into the box and low cross. This time it's been picked up by Anjumal. The consortium of Kerala Football Association is confident that their partnership with the Scoreline Sports, the Kerala football ecosystem, will see a cumulative investment of close to somewhere around rupees 350 crores across the period. We see numerous new opportunities for sports professionals and aspiring players. The agreement is aimed at further enhancing the existing value of KFA's footballing properties and creating new opportunities for the players, the coaches and aspiring players though, and new competition and events across the whole calendar year. Over 300 direct and close to 500 indirect employment opportunities will be created through this partnership. For the Premier League yet to be played. That we are hearing that is going to start in the month of January. The Travancore Premier League. Last season turned out to be a very successful event. And now on your screen is Ishwarya. And she is yearning for her hat trick. How often do you see this 3 hat trick scores in the same game? One more, this time into the side netting. November City very nearly getting her 5th one of this evening. Look at that. Took her time, opens up her body into the side netting. It's pretty embarrassing for a goalkeeper to concede 17 goals. She made 3 good saves as well, giving away the ball so easily from goal kick. They're looking to play direct to Luca. Soccer club. Now the centre back will be under pressure. But quick counter press launched by Travancore Royals before the opposition to get into a passing sequence. This seems to be the furthest Lucas Soccer Club have entered throughout this game so far. Looking for the one of versus 20 inside the box. The ball was intercepted on the edge of the 80-yard box by Juki. Selling one dummy to a marker. Playing the quick 1-2. And space opened up down the left. Makers of space. Keeper comes out. It will take time to rectify her error though. Gone out for a goal kick. And very nearly goal number 18 for Travancore Royals. But very surprisingly, somehow the score line remains the same. Seems like the goal referee has indicated for a goal kick in favor of Luca Soccer Club. Number 35 will be summoned. That is another midfielder, Sridevi. Still 22 minutes of regulation time left. What's been heartening to see, there's been hardly any stoppages in this game. There's been a free-flowing, smooth passing of the ball, and this time in offside position was Minolia. That's the confirmation of the change. Sridevi, they're coming in for Kavita. There's going to be a game coming on Monday between Pradatmad Royal Football Academy and Don Bosco Football Academy. That is going to be match number 2 the Kerala Women's League 2021. The favourites of this tournament, Purple of Kerala, is also going to begin their campaign very soon. Meanwhile, this time one more shot on target, one more goal for Travancore Royals. Double hat for Dumbasiri as well. 19-0 in favor of Travancore Royals. Goals continues come in for Travancore Royals. Plenty of leakage in Luca Soccer Club's defense. That is yet to be repaired in the second half by the coaching team. Maybe they don't have enough players available at their disposal in terms of experience that can help them to do so. The flag has stayed down. Dembasiri, she's got a runner outside him, picks her out as well. That is the number 23, Renuga, the skipper. This time it is one. Dembasiri, the off-side flag going up against her. trying to establish control over proceedings. The Luca Soccer Club has been complete mismatch in terms of the shape, in terms of their passing style. Travancore Royals, the team, India's first fan-owned club, managed by a committee whose members are elected. One more chance coming in the way of the number 9 Sarita. This time she missed the target. As I was talking about Travancore Royals, the headquarters of the club is in Trivandrum, a coastal city in India, which has
If you see you.
produced renowned national and international footballers and other sporting talents. Travancore Royals Football Club is based out of a FIFA accredited ultra-modern 55,000 capacity Greenfield Stadium in Trivandrum. The club was started with the name to regain and uphold the great sporting legacy of Kerala, especially in the field of football. The club has men's and women's professional team in four age group categories: under 13, under 15, under 18, and the senior one, of course. They are ambitious to establish competitive professional teams at all age levels in men's women's category to participate and succeed in the national league, thereby becoming a vital part in the development of the football ecosystem of India. Meanwhile, injury to the number 35 Sridevi, she is limping and is taken out for treatment. First time we saw a player going down, a refreshing drink for the players of Travancore Royals. They really worked hard. All the players are contributing to those 18 goals. Another shot from distance, another long range goal. Fourth time in the evening, we saw goals being scored from long distance. And now this time getting in the party is the number 17, Minolia. She is joining in the party in style with the number 17 as well. Doubling her personal account of the evening. And it's 19-0 in favor of Travancore Royals. Side aims to use football as a medium to bring positive social transformation in the society at large, and to be the football club of choice. Every aspiring footballers from grassroots level to professional, the vision of a healthy India that starts at the grassroots of its communities through sports. Fans and players alike will follow Travancore Royals FC because of connected community, fair play, discipline, hard work, respect, and striving for excellence at all times, to provide equal opportunity to every aspiring footballers, and also to provide a safe environment that encourages greater participation by the underprivileged girls and women in the state. Ball beautifully threaded along the floor, pulls it back. This time, the defender stuck a foot out and puts it behind for a corner. November series corner. Keeper comes out and completely misses it. Sarita couldn't turn it in from close range. firing on all cylinders. Travancore Royals in search of the goal number 20. They will look to make it a round figure. Juki back to a through pass. And here comes the cross, pulls it across the face of the goal. It will be cleared by Sridevi. Not getting enough distance on the clearance. And it opens up once more for Travancore Royals. But Haritha getting there before. The number 17, Minolia. Keeper saves it, rebound. And it's 20-0 for Travancore Royals. 12 with the first half and 8 already in the second. It's just the repetition of the same goal scorers time and again. And apart from Vinotini, everyone playing up top have scored for Travancore Royals this evening. The soccer club completely destroyed by the storm of Travancore Royals in this opening game. It will be difficult for them to bounce back, especially after losing by such a heavy margin. The club whose mission was emphasized through its desire and commitment to develop the homegrown talents, local football players for India's national team. The club's mission and vision will play a significant role in the football club's achieving this long-term goal, as Luca Soccer Club will strive to establish itself as the best category among the top 3 clubs in Indian football for player productivity, with a reputation of excellent holistic care of both players and staffs. It's going to be a cross with a very delicate touch. The Soccer Club will strive to establish itself as the best category 3 among the top 3 clubs that I was talking about in India in terms of the holistic facilities to the player and the staffs. And they will also identify, recruit, and develop the best local players throughout the foundation, youth, and professional development phases, with the aim of producing first-team footballers for the football club. The club grooms and produces international standard footballers for the Indian national team. Sudha comes in. Second change made by Prakash Kumar. Talking about Luca Soccer Club's player development program. The Residential Football Academy operates a football program for age groups under 12 through to under 18. Before the eligible age, a player can join the academy as full or part-time student athletes at the age of 12. The Luca Calashio, the Luca Soccer School that is spread over Malappuram, offer talented boys the chance to train from the age of 5 to 11 before joining the feeder teams of the academy from the age of 13. The soccer program of Lucas Soccer Academy, the players to understand the game and show the right attitude in training and know about the tactics and what the position demands for them. And they need to develop the skills to evaluate the game, to read and interpret situations with show some tactical intelligence. And challenge players constantly. They put them in a competitive environment and test how fast they can adapt to different situations. They encourage the players to be creative and think something outside the box. Meanwhile, almost coming out of the box was the goalkeeper of Luca Soccer Club, Anjumal. That is save number 5 in this match. This time can't sort her feet out for the shot before it breaks free for Purani. She also got her name on the score sheet coming off the bench. This time the goalkeeper making no mistake in collecting the ball, even though it did seem that is going to slip out from our hands. The senior side of Luca Soccer Club plays in the Kerala Premier League and many All India level tournaments, and showed the real possession football and finished just 1 point behind the champions, Gokulam Kerala, in 2019-20. Kerala Blasters FC won over Gokulam Kerala in the very first home match. The academy side played in the very first Kerala Academy League as well. And the whole tournament will be remembered for their remarkable performance in all categories. Because of the pandemic, the Football Association could not complete the tournament. Lachu will be introduced in the third sub. November Siri will be saved for the remainder of the tournament. She's led the field with 5 goals to her name this evening. It was another slide rule pass made by Ishwarya. The ball was too long. So 6 minutes of regulation time left here at the Thrissur Municipal Corporation Stadium. Travancore Royals leading by 20-0 against Luca Soccer Club. For the upcoming season, the Luca Soccer Club is getting ready for various tournaments like the Hero I League Division 2, the All India Football Federation's the Futsal League next season, the Kerala Premier League and Kerala Super League, and also All India Football Federation's elite leagues as well, which is the Junior I League. That goal won't count. Referee's whistle already gone. Going forward again, looking for the 21st goal. That is the goal number 21. The 9th goal in the second half that is being scored by Travancore Royals. This time from the D box. And every time a shot is taken, Anjumal, every time she is advanced from her mark. Racing from the front is Travancore Royals. Ishwarya stabs it behind, keeping possession. Travancore Royals Football Club. After ages gone through a game where the opponent teams even struggled to enter the opposition's box. Forget about shots on target. Once again, the door opens up down the left. It's two waiting in the center. Goes past the challenge. This time clips it towards the back post. Runs all the way. It's still alive. On the edge of the 6-yard box will be the 22nd goal in the 22nd century. The opening game of the Kerala Women's Football League. Purani also putting her name on the score sheet for the second time this evening. 12 goals in the first half and 10 already in the second. The Luca Soccer Club players hoping that it ends soon. More than a loss, it's just a humiliation for them. Look at the fears on the faces of the players. Adding insult to injury is the injury of the number 22 Grisma, who is one of their most trusted central midfielder. Even though she is not to be judged with her performance in the opening game, and sometimes a player takes time to adjust with the coach's system and to gel with the rest of the playing members of the team. And we do hope in the coming games we will see a lot more improvement in terms of performance from Luca Soccer Club. Gets a foot in. Maybe a mate will be added on to the stipulated 90. The referee blows the full-time whistle instead. Travancore Royals starting the campaign brilliantly. The game of Kerala Women's League 2021, picking up full 3 points against the Soccer Club. It was a rampaging victory for the team in orange and yellow. With this win, they will be perched right at the top of the points table. The rest of the teams are yet to play in the competition, but there are a few more.
Team manager,
Kerala United, Don Bosco Academy as well.
assistant manager, Suman Samuel, physiotherapist, and
Full-time whistle, the full-time score line for Thrissur Municipal Corporation Stadium. Travancore Royals 22, Soccer Club 0. Thanks for joining. Goodbye.
Vidish, physiotherapist, Dixie George. Referees of this match: referee Alec Brito, assistant referee Abu Tahir, assistant referee 2 Joseph VP, fourth official Anvind Babu, match commissioner and referees assessor Shashi Kumar. നാളെ മത്സരം ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കുന്നതല്ല. മറ്റന്നാൾ തിങ്കളാഴ്ച കടത്തനാട് രാജ FC വേഴ്സസ് ഡോൺ ബോസ്കോ FA. നാളെ മത്സരം ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കുന്നതല്ല. മറ്റന്നാൾ തിങ്കളാഴ്ച കടത്തനാട് രാജ FA വേഴ്സസ് ഡോൺ ബോസ്കോ FA. തുടർന്ന് 15-ാം തീയതി ഗോകുലം കേരള FC ട്രാവൻകൂർ റോയൽസ് FCയുമായി ഏറ്റുമുട്ടുന്നതായിരിക്കും. 15-ാം തീയതി ഗോകുലം കേരള FC ട്രാവൻകൂർ റോയൽസ് FCയുമായി ഏറ്റുമുട്ടുന്നതായിരിക്കും. നാളെ മത്സരമില്ല. മറ്റന്നാൾ 13-ാം തീയതി കടത്തനാട് രാജ FA ഡോൺ ബോസ്കോ FAയുമായി ഏറ്റുമുട്ടുന്നതായിരിക്കും. ഇന്നത്തെ മത്സരത്തിൽ ട്രാവൻകൂർ റോയൽസ് ഫുട്ബോൾ ക്ലബ് ഏകപക്ഷീയമായ 22 ഗോളുകൾക്ക് ലുക്ക സോക്കർ ക്ലബിനെ പരാജയപ്പെടുത്തിയിരിക്കുന്നു. Good night. See you day after tomorrow.
പറഞ്ഞോളൂ. ആര് കൊടുന്നിരുന്നു? ഇല്ല, കറക്റ്റ് സെൻറ്റർ ആക്കിയാൽ മതി നോക്കും. എനിക്കല്ലേ കലങ്ങിയില്ല. നാളെ കട്ട കട്ടാക്കിയല്ലോ.